Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today I'll be talking about my predictions for the Cricket World Cup 2023, where the teams will finish, what will the semi-finals look like, and just basically previewing the tournament and the teams. So basically my predictions for 1 to 10, and that's what I'm gonna be laying it out in front of you guys. So let's just get to it. So number one, and I'll have a graphic of that hopefully at the end of this video as well. You can have a look at my full list. So number one, I have after the round robin stage is done, after all of the 45 matches are done, I believe it's 45, I have got number one, I think India will finish first. I think they have a really balanced squad. Also, it's in India, the World Cup, so I just feel like right now everything is going according to their plans, really, and everyone apart from, I guess, Akshar Patel's injury, which you have Ashwin in instead of him. But overall, I think everyone's starting to get into form. They're starting to really click, and I think India is looking like really, really good right now. So India number one. Number two, I have England finishing. Basically similar to last World Cup, really. I have England finishing. I can see England finishing number one as well, but I have put them at number two here. Number three, Australia, even though they have a bit of injury concerns, I just think you can't count out Australia in World Cups. So I'm putting Australia number three. And number four, I think is open. India, England, Australia, 1, 2, 3. I think in any order you can have it, but I think these are the three main ones: India, England, Australia. It would be very shocking if one of them don't make it to the top four. And number four I have is New Zealand, and I was thinking about this one because this one is an open space for the fourth spot, and I think three teams are battling for it: Pakistan, New Zealand, and South Africa. I just think right now the only reason why I've picked New Zealand above South Africa and Pakistan, even though I think South Africa might have a better squad, is because just, I guess, history. South Africa hasn't, even though they've had good teams, they just haven't made it that much to the semi-finals, and I don't know what, just based on previous editions, I'm going for New Zealand. Even Pakistan, I think they, with the loss of Naseem Shah, and just I think they're looking a bit shaky. I would love to put Pakistan in top five. I hope they prove me wrong and get to the top four. I hope so, but for some reason I just don't see Pakistan making it to the top four, and I've picked New Zealand above the rest because just based on, it doesn't matter what they have in their squad, they always make it, they always do well in ICC tournaments. And just based on history, I've picked New Zealand alone here. And even Kane Williamson he made a 50. He came back strong in the warm-up game against Pakistan. Like, he's looking good, even though he's going to miss the first game, I think, against England. I just feel like New Zealand are always there at the top 3 or 4 in ICC tournaments, and based on that I've put them fourth. And number 5th I've put Pakistan. And if you look at this, top 5 is basically exactly the same as the 2019 World Cup. If you look at it, I do believe it is. So I'm basically going for a repeat of 2019, not in the semi-finals though, but here I'm going for a repeat in the 2019, and I'm gonna say Pakistan number 5. They might make it into the top 4. Pakistan, you never know. I hope, they're certainly capable of it. But in my opinion, I've put Pakistan 5 just because of their batting is a bit shaky. They're reliant a bit too much on Babar Rizwan, and the bowling as well in the middle overs. We don't have that many wicket takers. Shadab Nawaz is not, they're not in form right now. So especially Imam, Fakhar Zaman are not in that good form as well, I think. So hopefully they do come back into form. But for now, I've put Pakistan number 5. Number 6, I've put South Africa, and they're looking really good actually. Even though they do look good, sometimes they still finish. Sometimes, like last World Cup, they didn't have a bad squad, but they finished 6th or 7th, I think. So, but right now, they could finish 5th as well, South Africa. They do have that good of a squad, and I can see them making it to the semi-final as well. But I think maybe I'm just thinking based on other editions of the World Cup, and I put South Africa 6th. They might be too low, South Africa is 6th, but they always have good squads, but sometimes they finish around the 6-7 mark as well. Based on previous history, so previous history is a big indicator in what I've done here. So, but we'll see what happens. Number 7, I've put Sri Lanka, and out of all the bottom 4, in my opinion, with all due respect to them, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Netherlands, Sri Lanka look like a bit more, settled. They look a bit better. They're missing Hasaranga and Chamira, so they're missing very key figures in their lineup. But I think that, as you can see by the Asia Cup performance, they have something there with Sri Lanka. They can upset some teams as well. Any of these bottom four can upset these any teams really. Sri Lanka as number 7, Bangladesh number 8. Bangladesh, I think they're a decent side. You can't sleep on them as well. They defeated India in the Asia Cup, even though India wasn't playing some of their best players, but they're more than capable of doing that. So you keep an eye out on Bangladesh. Number 9, I have Afghanistan. Especially in Indian conditions, their spinners will help. So I do think Afghanistan are going to be a big threat. And number 10, I have Netherlands, which I think compared to the rest, Netherlands, I think many people expect them there, but at the end of the day, they can subvert expectations. So who knows? They might get a few victories as well. We don't know. So at the end of the day, it's anyone's game. Anyone can beat anyone on that given day. So I'm looking forward to see what Netherlands do as well. They have their first game against Pakistan, so that should be interesting. So this is my top 10. India, England, Australia, New Zealand in the semis, and then Pakistan, South Africa, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Netherlands. As for the semi-finals, what will I do there? For one of the semi-finals, because there's one playing 4, is India versus New Zealand, and then England versus Australia, exactly the same as 2019. And this time I'm going to go with India taking revenge on New Zealand for the last World Cup. India defeats New Zealand to get into the final. That's my prediction. And then England defeating Australia in the second semi-final. And then my final is England versus India. And I'm actually going for England to win the World Cup again and repeat. That's my prediction, England winning the World Cup. Just because we've seen over the years that when they get to the knockout stages, the pressure gets to India, and they end up losing, and especially in their hometown, in their home country. Yes, they know the pitches as well, but there will be a lot of pressure as well. So let's see if they can handle it or not. Most of the players in England have won the World Cup. They're the same people that won the World Cup 4 years ago. Some of them are the same. So that should be maybe just a bit of an advantage to England, I feel. And most of the players in IPL play in IPL as well. So that's why I'm going with England to be repeat champions. So just a few quick notes. I'm going to just talk about West Indies not being in the World Cup. I did a previous video on it too, I think a month ago, which is the first 2 tournaments they won, West Indies, and it'll be weird not seeing West Indies there. So that's going to be a bit weird, but that's just how it is. And the 2019 World Cup is the same format as the 2019 World Cup, and I'm pretty much the top 5 I picked the same to finish in the same places as 4 years ago. That's what I believe. I guess we'll find out as the tournament progresses. But in terms of I was talking about the New Zealand, Pakistan, South Africa. I've picked New Zealand to make it in the top 4, but I can see, just like I said, I can see South Africa doing it, because South Africa have a better South Africa have a better batting, especially in the middle order, but New Zealand might have a better bowling. So let's see how it counteracts that. But right now, these are the teams that I have. These are the order I've put them in, and I'm going with England to win the World Cup. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen, for this video. Thank you for watching.